Well, hello, everybody, and we love you. And we are back again for United Earth Angels Series podcast episode 47. And who am I? I'm Tobi Staples. And what do? I assist people to tap into their flow and feel love over worry. I may as well sum it up to that. I've got 21 books out there now. Finally doing that coloring book for my grandkids last night. And I do a lot of other stuff. Visit the F.L.O.W shop right there. Andi is the co-host. Please introduce yourself. Oh, you're muted. Can't hear you. And we have a special guest for you all. Like we're doing is the 10 episodes of implementing love in your business every day. And we're doing episode 2 today for you all. And it is implementing love in your business daily. But today's episode is implementing the law of attraction in your business strategy. All right. Andi is the co-host. Please introduce yourself before we welcome and introduce our special guest to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andi Jo. I'm a mom of 11, and I am a singer, songwriter, earth angel, actor, writer. Yeah, I do more, but I can't think of it all right now. As a mom, anybody can relate to that. But yes, I just like to thank everybody for coming in and watching and being a part of our show.
And please let's welcome our special guest to the stage without ado, Jacques Skutecki. Please introduce yourself as we welcome you to our podcast.
Well, what a pleasure to be in the flow today, in the flow of energy, and the flow of business, and the flow of this world, right? So I'm a business innovation strategist, and what I'm all about is making sure that my clients, my business owners are in the flow. Now, love is wonderful, but at the end of the day, we are all going to be looking at our bank accounts, right, to see the numbers there. And I want to share a few numbers, how important love is in the success to reach these numbers. So 44% of people give up after the first follow-up. Only 12% make more than 3 connections. And 80% of the sales only happen if you connected 5 to 12 times. Now, you need to love yourself to make sure that your business is successful, right? And if you don't do that follow-up or you create those connections, your leads will fall through the cracks. And that's why love is so important in loving yourself to succeed, but also loving your customers, your clients, to make sure that you love them enough to empower them so they are successful. And that's why today the conversation is about the law of attraction in your business. And the first thing we're going to cover is visualize your success. Happiness with yourself, happiness with your staff, happiness with your clients. And we
All
talked.
right, that's great. Well, thank you and welcome to our podcast today. Great things going on for everybody today. Yeah, so we're going to cover a lot of topics today here with you, talking about the implementing our law of attraction. But guess what? If your cup is not overflowing, well, then how are you pouring into anything outside of you? Simple. And yes, we can bring statistics to you all, and we can tell you everything that supports those. But are you one of those statistics? Or are you authentically fueling your hopes and dreams with your highest potential of your capacity of flow? Because if you are not flowing from your fullest capacity and your highest potential, well, then how are you creating from it? You can't. And if you are creating from your highest potential and you flow that into anything with a focused, fueled, targeted direction, it must resurrect in your reality with the exact same force, with least effort, just like the body does. Andy, you want to jump in here and mention something as we toss the conversation around for you all today? Jacques, I'm so thrilled that you're with us here in this flow. And I'm so grateful that you joined us for the 10 episodes. And I'm so grateful you'll be here with us for another 8 after this. So guys, everybody, please tune in for the next 8 weeks when we have Jacques here joining us to share the flow, yes, into your business strategies. And what have you noticed about your flow, Andy, lately with your creative core of your business and your law of attraction of today's topic? What have you noticed lately?
Well, I've noticed that my creative flow is very strong and very purposely focused on our flow shop. I like to do the products and create, and post the products and stuff. And I'm actually learning how to attract more clients. I got a message today from somebody to help me figure out, how I can. And Toby, we'll have that conversation later. But this is the first time I've had a business, an actual business. I've been a mom for 26 years.
Well, yes, Andy, that's business. That's big business with 11 children.
Big
that's
business.
Big business.
Big business with a lot of staff.
Yes. I have a lot of staff that I created myself.
But it's all those skills of time management and coordination and being that nurse and being that, hey, come on. It's all of those that now you're fusing into your business.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Now that all the kids are in school and, gone during the day most of the time. So this is spring break. So if you hear them, I mean, what can I do? But when they're at school, I can focus on my business, and they go to bed at 9:00 and I can focus on my business. And I'm trying to learn how to become more compassionate with clients coming in. And, I love myself, so I know how to project it. I know how to pay attention. I know how to be compassionate with my words. I have some messages from potential clients, and I have an automated thing that pops up, and I'm like, it's not compassionate at all. So I exit off, and then I go type in my own thing, because I wouldn't want an automated system texting me and telling me, yeah, I'm the owner or whatever. But it's getting to know your customers, your clients compassionately, not, oh yeah, you can do this. You can't hand them off to AI and expect it to produce feelings. But yeah, I'm learning.
I love what you just said there. I mean, you just sparked something in me here. And I think I'm all about automation, right? So I have a complete different conversation with you, but or different thought process, which is not better, not worse, it's just different. But what what's really important, right, when I would talk about visualizing success, is the fact that it's not, and I agree with you, it's not just about automation, is the automation needs to create engagement. Automation needs to educate. So when you're getting an automatic message and you don't feel engaged because of the content, then you've missed the point. But when I am engaging with you and I am teaching you, I'm educating you on but different things that you didn't know, or you knew, but now you're going to know more, that will make the difference. And that's when the connection is there. That's when the love and the emotion is there. And you are right, Andy, that most of the automation out there is crap, right? Because people, they just talk about sales funnels and they put information, or they put the benefits in there, and I get 150 emails a day, and I'm so annoyed by the content. I'm really annoyed by the content. You get this long email that takes you 7 minutes to read, and then when you click, you have another page, you got to pay $97, and now when you click, you have to put your thing in, and now you click again, you get the VIP experience for another $100, and like, I just spent 15 minutes being misrepresented. That's not good marketing. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So there are ways to create the engagement. And I think it takes, 20, 30 years of business experience to understand how to have that right approach.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what's funny is when people see me come out and talk right now, they know me as the person that resurrected themselves from the dead, but they don't know me as the person who was the president of the largest cooperative housing unit in North America, who made decisions for 3,000 residents, okay, and the staff, and signed paying checks, and watched the budget, and bought over. I signed for the purchase of 265 apartments to add to that co-op. Like, there's a lot of business experience I have behind me. You see, so when I come out and I talk about now leaking love into your business, a lot of people don't realize the business person that I am. They see me as the healer, the earth angel that I now own the stripes to be, but I am also very business oriented. And I want everybody to realize that no matter what walk of life you've had, you have business experience and you have visualized success along the way. Somehow, some way. You visualized things that you wanted throughout high school, those grades that you wanted. You visualized whatever you wanted. If you wanted those sneakers and however you were going to get them. And you visualized your success according to, okay, you know what? When you visualize success, it could be as simple as writing your grocery list and going and getting it all. But how are you implementing these tools and these strategies into your life in the highest potential? Do you have scatterbrain, wishy-washy? You don't know if you're coming or going. You're unsure of yourself. You're engulfed in fear. Well, then you're getting nowhere, buckled at the knees.
I love that. I love what you just said there. And I think you also have some tools like meditation or journaling that can help you keep the focus. You can visualize your success. Your success has got to be clear what you want. What do you define as success? And then through meditation or journaling, it can help you a lot to keep on that focus.
Yeah, I'm a list maker. I make lists. Like if like with our F.L.O.W shop, I was like, okay, we got to do this, and we got to find the right products. And then I told Tobi about the Shopify store after I found out about it and started it, and she's like, "Ooh, you know what?" I said, "Yeah, we can. I can make products. I got to do this." I had to write it all down.
Yeah.
Because if I see it written, I comprehend it better. I can keep it better with me than if someone just tells me how to do it.
But also what people don't get is that when you create an idea in energy, okay, you must lock it into this reality by bringing it through you and writing it onto paper. That's how you're locking it into this physical reality. You're making it physical. So you're transmuting it from an energetic state into a physical reality through that pen. And it must appear in your reality. And that's the law of attraction. You have to put it out in order to get it back. Well, if you're not putting it out onto something, into your visualization and creative process, you can't get it back out of it. So it's very important to lock it in through. And when I do even my programs with the teaching, listen, I teach all of my students, don't juggle. You must journal. You must lock it from the energy into the reality and process it from the peripheral vision. And that's where the data of the brain accepts it to be real and must make it your reality. So I encourage you all to.
What happens when you make a list of to-dos and you got like 27 to-dos and you can't get them all done?
Well, don't be hard on yourself.
Well, that's why you're not supposed to make a to-do list. You're supposed to make a what would I love to do list. And then it makes it very easy to check them off. But when you, I've got to do that. It weighs on you. So it's, I get to do that, or I love to do that. And you're going to see that you check them off more easily than you would if it's I have to. Like the brain will make you procrastinate and keep you safe from doing all of that because it's not something that you're fueling with, this is what I'd love to do and excited by it. It's, this is what I have to do. I must do it. Nah, you get to do it. You have all of the abundance of energy and power flowing through you, and you get to do it. So you got to fuel it differently, and it happens with ease after like that. Checking them off. And why would you put too much on your, it's like going to a buffet. Why are you going to go to a buffet that you're looking to enjoy and load up your plate where you can't enjoy all of this stuff? You can go back as many times as you want. Like,
I'm going to write on my to-do list, love to do today. I'm going to start that right away. Thank you. That was very inspiring.
Well, yeah, that's what, if I'm making lists, that's what I'm making. I'm making my love list.
This is what I love to do today. Thank you.
This is what I would love to accomplish in my day today.
Okay, I will do that.
That way, if you don't accomplish all of it, it's not like it's going to weigh on you. You'll be like, oh, well, I didn't get to do that. There's tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's stuff you love to do. It's not a must. It's just something you'd love to do. And then you reinforce it with, I get to do all of that.
But that's where you could pump in the word gratitude, right?
Yes.
That's where you are grateful, right? You're grateful to what you've accomplished, or you're grateful that you can accomplish. If you love yourself enough, you say, there's 12 things here. I know I can do 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guess what? You don't even have to think about the 10. You just have to start with the first one and flow through the rest. If you know how to prioritize, well, then you know what comes first. And it's just like, look, if you're taking a trip to China, well, that's cool. You've got the goal, right? You visualize you want to be in China. Well, the first step is to figure out when you can fit it in your schedule. And then you got to find the right booking. And then you got to find the right accommodations. And then you got to find all of these things to make all of that visualize. It's all the inspired actions. Well, if people would realize that they need a little itinerary of inspired actions when they're doing anything, even planting a garden, like, look, you need to know what you're going to plant, the mounds, rows, if your soil's fertilized enough, and then you got to nurture the garden. So, hey, you can't eat off of that garden right away, but you don't stop from planting the garden because you can't eat from it the same day. But you visualize that garden and the growth and the harvest. And that's why you plant those seeds. Well, that's how it has to be in your life with everything, even your business. And yes, you've got to be grateful for the capacities and the energy to even have the idea to do it. Mm-hmm. And then it'll execute with ease and least effort. And then it really, aligning with your purpose of your heart. That's what you're here for. You're unique. You're you. There's nobody that's you. You've never been you today. No, you're brand new with all of the skills and experience that you've acquired throughout your whole experience. Why can't you put that to the focus and fuel a dream? Yes, you can. So don't think you can't.
Right.
Because the only reason why you can't is because you just think it.
But
Andy,
then
you want to jump in here?
Yeah, you got to give yourself the passport. You
There you
have
go.
to give yourself a passport to follow through with your dreams. No one else can give it to you. You can't go buy a passport for what you want at, passport office. They can just tell you can travel all over the world. That's all they can do. But you have to give yourself the passport, the permission to do what your heart wants you to do. Because if you're without that passport, you're going to be stuck. And nobody can give that to you but you, because you love yourself through to do it.
yeah, and you have to understand what your purpose is, because you need to be able to connect with your gut, right? Like what really matters to you, because that is your purpose, right? What are your values, right? How does that fit in with your values? That's crucial, right? You got to visualize your success, you have to have gratitude, and you have to align yourself with your purpose.
Yeah.
And that I didn't know my purpose until I did. And you know what? Honestly, why do I do what I do? Because I hated myself to the point that I stored the biology of my whole life experience, and it caused total organ failure and septic shock. I had to die to find out that I wanted to live. And that's why I embody love and nothing but, because when your cup is so full of love, well, then you're not full of shit, and you're not full of lies, and you're not full of shame and fear and blame and guilt. No, you're full of love. And when your cup is flowing from love, you can make all and everything happen. That's what resurrected my body from the dead. So it can resurrect anything in your life. And why
How
do
do
you
you
feel limited? Because you're not feeling that love and the flow of it. And you must feel your love over worry no matter what. And splash that and let that flow into everything that you do. What were you going
and
to
how
say,
do
Doc?
you feel it? How do you fuel it?
How do you fuel it? By choice. With the gratitude of existence, knowing that it is love that makes us breathe first. It is love that gives us the capacity to create. It is love that creates the experience for us and enhances all of our senses and even makes them work. It's love that makes us even take a dump in the morning. It is love that makes us fart and burp and breathe and move and enjoy and enhance our experience. So you're either love or you're poisoning your own self, tainting your own being with everything that you choose unloving in your life. So you have to choose love because you're fueled by it if you want to stay in alliance and compliance with the power of it. It's a choice.
Yeah.
So
And
in
you
the
have to
morning,
realize that what other people do, you have no control of. You only have control of you.
Andy, what are the things? Can you share with everybody what are the things that you learned in my program to stay powerful in the morning?
To stay powerful in the morning, I tell myself every morning when I'm in the bathroom, I thank my body for working correctly. And I look in the mirror as I wash my hands and I tell myself amazing things about myself. I am compassion. I am love. I am strong. I am creative and capable. There are multiple things that I tell myself every day that when I first started, I couldn't look in the mirror on all things. Like my body bucked with me. I didn't believe them. So I couldn't look myself in the eye. But you have to be positive towards yourself. You can't just look at someone and say, "Oh, look how beautiful you are." How are you going to say that to somebody when you can't say it to yourself?
There you go.
Just positive self-talk. You can't You can't go along in life and, truly mean something you say to someone else if you can't be true to yourself.
That's right.
I want to add something to what you said, Andy. You said that, we have no control over what people do or say, right? We have no control. The
Mm-hmm.
only control we have is how we react to the stuff that's happening out there. So someone is trying to harm you by bad words or whatever, right? You can choose to say, oh my God, maybe there's something there. But you can also react and saying, this is completely irrelevant to who I am and what I'm doing. And the
Or
proof
choose
is,
not to react at all.
yeah, but you have to choose, right? You choose, how am I going to react to this? It's like, for example, if you walk on a sidewalk and some cat gets killed, that's okay. The cat gets killed and you forget about it an hour later. But if it's your cat, you're devastated for the next month, right? Because there's an emotional connection. So we choose on how we connect to what happens in our environment. That's what we can select to choose, and that's probably having
Yeah.
love for yourself, right? If you love yourself enough and say, wait a minute, this is negative stuff. I don't want that. No, that's not.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no.
Yes, and that's what I had to do for years. Then I had to realize that I had to become the love in all places, even if it was unloving around me. And that was my purpose. No matter what, when I look back, it doesn't matter the life that I've had. I've always been a loving person and always brought love to people's lives, always nurtured and cared for anybody that came in contact with. Listen, I only became, let's say, fucked up in somebody's eyes when they burnt their bridge with me, when they manipulated me, when they lied to me, when they brought bullshit to me. I've always been the earth angel that I am. Always. Always. But yes, you know what? Sometimes you just choose not to even respond because guess what? When you see things for what they are with no judgment, well, maybe you're the lighthouse of love that they need in their life. And a lighthouse doesn't jump into the ocean to save not one motherfucker. And I'll say it like that. Okay. It lets the boats and the captains and the seas do its thing. The lighthouse stands there firmly. So that's how you got to be. And you see the tide and the roughness and the different boats as the lighthouse. You see it because you're the one sharing that love and light for all. So I encourage everybody to just be that way and love themselves no matter what, because that's what you are first before your name in that script. And if you want the law of attraction to work for you, it's a give and take. What is that give and take? You have to be grateful you're alive, grateful you're abundant first. Your first wealth is you. But if you're coming at your shit half ass and no energy, well, you're not producing shit but survival. So that's what's coming back at you, is all the reasons to survive. So you have to be abundant in your flow first. Leaking that into everything that you think, say, and do. Your visualization, leaking it into your gratitude, leaking it into your purposeful pathway, and playing passionately through it, playfully, like a child. Because you know what? Just as quick as things hiccup kids and they freak the fuck out, is as quick as they bounce back. And that's your truest power of your highest potential, no matter what happens to you. So stay in that flow. And I want to throw the ball around to everybody because we're wrapping up this episode. Again, Jacques, I'm so grateful that you joined us. So I'm going to toss the ball around and everybody can give their last piece to the episode before I come back for the big close up.
All right, everybody. I'd just like to say that I greatly appreciate your time. And Jacques, I appreciate you being on our show with us. I can learn a lot from everybody because, life doesn't quit teaching, so we might as well keep learning. But I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.
Well, I want to thank you. This is a very inspiring conversation because we're looking at love from different angles, right? And I think this is very stimulating to do this brainstorming as a team. And I want to thank you again for the opportunity to take part of this event. And I'm looking forward to next week where we're going to talk about enhanced customer relationships through love languages.
That's awesome. You know what? I'm excited too. And I'm just showing you all of our links here. So, guys, you could get the most out of even more than what we bring to these episodes. Okay. Go and join the F.L.O.W family. Go check out the F.L.O.W shops. Go and check out Jacques' links. You know, we come out here loaded with love for you all, but flooding out not only love, a lot of wisdom, skills, experience. And you know something? When you've lived the lives that we have and have the experience that we do have, yes, we can be an essential part of your nutrients to your garden, okay, for your own growth. And that's how I like to see it. Just the way that you love your life and you leak love into everything that you should think, say, and do. Well, you got to leak that into your garden too for your growth. And we can be that assistance for you. So I encourage you all to reach out, okay? Reach out to us. Literally. And we love you all. We're grateful that you came out for this episode 47. And we look forward to seeing you next week, Monday, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Join us for episode 48. We love you all. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us.